Hi friends, today we're going to start chapter 5, which is all about rates. And here to help us, we have my daughter Libby. Everyone say hi, Libby. Hi, Libby. Libby, say hi to everyone.
Hi.
And Libby is in 6th grade, so she will be a perfect helper since this is a 6th grade class. Libby, have you learned anything about rates yet?
Maybe?
Okay, perfect. You gotta speak up louder so they can hear you.
Okay.
Excellent. Okay, so we have these three things. How are they alike? How are they different? Cameron read 80 pages and Joseph read 32 pages. Okay, that's our first thing that we're looking at, Libby. Ooh, let's underline that information.
Okay.
Okay. Cameron read 80 pages, Joseph read 32 pages. Second choice, Cameron read 80 pages in 2 hours. And the third choice, Joseph read 32 pages in 1 hour. How are these similar? How are they all different, Libby? Any thoughts?
Well, on 1 and 2, Cameron read 80 pages.
Okay, so we have 80 pages in 2 of them. In all of them, are we comparing 2 things?
Yes.
Okay, so in the first one, what are we comparing?
How many pages Cameron and Joseph read?
So we're comparing pages to pages. Okay, and the second one, what are we comparing?
How many pages she read in how many hours?
Oh, we're comparing pages to hours. That's interesting. And then in the third one, what are we comparing?
Pages to hours again.
Are we comparing pages to hours? In the third one?
Yeah.
Well, we're comparing pages to not hours, but
1 hour.
1 hour.
Yeah.
So in the first one, we're comparing the same thing to the same thing, pages to pages. In the second one, we're comparing 2 different things, pages to hours. In the third one, we're comparing pages to 1 hour. Okay, the first one we already learned, so we can compare pages to pages. That is called a ratio. A ratio you can use to compare things that have the same units. The second one is a rate. We're comparing things with different units. This is what this chapter is about. We compared pages to hours, or you can compare money to time, 2 things that are different, rates. In the third one, we were comparing it to 1 hour, and that's called a unit rate. In a unit rate, you're comparing something to one thing. A unit rate is all about comparing it to one thing. So pause the video right now, and you might want to write down these definitions in your notebook. So pause, and we will wait for you. Okay, rates can be written in any order depending on the information that you need. So it costs $4 to purchase 8 folders. You got it, Libby?
Yes.
Okay, what is the cost per folder? Now, rates are pretty neat because they tell you what to do. Per means divide. And it tells you the order to do it. So cost per folder means cost divided by folders. So if we want to find the cost per folder, what do you think we should do, Libby?
Divide $4 by 8.
$4 divided by
8.
8 folders. Okay, and Libby, turn on your calculator. You just did that.
Yeah.
Now, Libby, press the little calculator that looks like it's running. Okay, and type in 4 divided by 8. And press enter. What does it tell you?
It says 1/2.
1/2. Okay, so the answer is 1/2 of $1 per 1 folder.
So is it 50 cents?
It is 50 cents. And for per, we can use a slash, this little thing here. So $1/2 of $1 is 50 cents. Where can I write that? 50 cents. Oops. 50 cents per folder.
Okay.
So that means what is the cost of one folder? We just figured it out.
50 cents.
50 cents. But maybe we want to know how many folders we can buy for $1. So that for $1. So that we would do folder per dollar. Libby, any thoughts on how we can find out folders per dollar? So it's going to tells you what to do. We're going to take folders and divide it by
$1.
Well, we're going to take our original information. How many folders did it tell us in the problem?
8.
So we're going to take 8 folders and we're going to divide that by
50 cents.
Oh, well, but 8 folders was
$4.
$4. Okay, punch that into your calculator. 8 folders divided by 4. And what do we get?
2.
Oh, so that's 2 folders per dollar. Okay, so the order that it asks is how we're going to divide. If it says cost per folder, we're going to do what, Libby?
We are going to divide
If it says cost per folder, we're going to do the cost divided by the folders.
folder, and then
If it says folders per dollar, we're going to do...
folders divided by dollars.
And when you're dividing, does the order matter?
No. Or yes, it does.
Yes, it does.
It does.
Now, let's look at those 2 answers. The cost per folder. The cost per folder, the answer was, 1/2 of $1.
Mm-hmm.
The folders per the cost was 2.
Mm-hmm.
What do you notice about these 2 answers?
Well, in the first one, there's like a 2 as a denominator.
Ooh.
And then there's a 2 in the other one.
Well, 2, we can like write it as 2 over 1, right?
Oh, yeah, so it's the reciprocal.
Ooh, they're reciprocals. Thank you for using that word. So if you switch around the rate, cost per folder, if you change it to folder per cost, it's just going to be the reciprocal. And remember, reciprocal, we just flip the fraction. Ooh,
I'll
somebody's
get
calling. Okay, Libby's going to go into that call. Keep going. Okay, we're going to state whether each of these is a unit rate. Remember, a unit rate, the key thing is that we're comparing it to one thing. So, Libby, the first one. A monkey plucked 4 coconuts per minute.
Mm-hmm.
How many minutes did it take?
1.
Where do you see 1?
Well, I see minute.
Oh, and
So-
minute means per 1 minute?
Yeah, 1 minute.
Okay, so are we comparing it to one thing? The 4 coconuts?
No,
We're comparing 4 coconuts to what?
1 minute.
To 1 minute. So are we comparing it to one thing?
Yes.
Yes, we are.
Yes.
So that is a unit rate. Because we're comparing, let's make sure we're clear on this, 4 coconuts to 1 minute. If we're comparing it to one thing, that makes it a unit rate. Okay, Libby, you read the second one.
Mary paid $2 for a bottle of orange juice.
Okay, what are we comparing?
$2.
$2 to.
a bottle of orange juice.
So if it says a bottle of orange juice, how many bottles of orange juice is that?
1.
1. Is that a unit rate?
Yes.
That's a unit rate because we're comparing it to one thing. Okay, third one.
A basketball team scored 294 points in 6 games.
What are the things we're comparing?
294 to 6
294 points.
to
to-
6 games.
Is that a unit rate?
No,
Why not?
because you aren't comparing it to 1.
Oh, what are we comparing it to?
6.
6 games. So that's not a unit rate, that's just a rate. That's okay. And tell us about Douglas.
Douglas read 3 books in a week.
Ooh, 3 books in how many weeks?
1.
Is that a unit rate?
Yes.
Yes, that is a unit rate because we're comparing it to 1 week. Now, Libby, sometimes my clever students say, wait a second, but that's not a unit rate because a week is...
7 days.
Ooh, so if I say 3 books per 7 days, is that a unit rate?
No,
No, why not?
because you aren't comparing it to 1.
Yep, that's just a rate. But if we put the units in a week, and it's 1 week, that is a unit rate. Okay, next slide. Nick is the water boy for Clayton's high school football team. He can fill 24 water bottles in 3 minutes. At what rate is he filling the water bottles? So now I'm going to teach you, Libby, something incredibly powerful. It's called the double number line. We're going to draw a number line. We're going to put a tick mark on it. But this tick mark isn't just going to represent one thing, it's going to represent 2 things. Can you guess what 2 things we're going to put on the number line?
24 and 3.
24 water bottles. And
3 minutes.
3 minutes. So this point on the number line, what does it represent? Is it 24 water bottles or 3 minutes?
24 water bottles.
And
3 minutes.
it's both. It's a double number line. Isn't that cool?
Yes.
Okay, at what rate is he filling water bottles? When it says at what rate, that means what is the unit rate? So we want to find how long it takes for what?
For him to fill, or for him to fill water bottles.
Well, we want to know how many can he fill in
1 minute.
1 minute. So will 1 minute go up here on the right above the 3 or down here on the left below the 3?
Left.
So we're going to put 1 minute down here. Using dividing, how can we get from 3 to 1? So 3 what makes 1?
3 divided by 3.
Divided by 3. And whatever we do to the bottom part of the number line, we do to the top of the number line. So we're going to 24 divided by 3.
Which is 8.
8. 8 what's?
8 water bottles.
So at what rate is he filling water bottles? 8 water bottles.
For 1 minute.
Per
1 minute.
And we can do a slash, that means per 1 minute. And we don't have to write the number 1, we can just write per minute.
Okay.
So he's doing 8 water bottles per 1 minute.
Yes.
Okay. Next, how many bottles can Nick fill in 7 minutes? Okay, so we knew 8 water bottles in 1 minute. Now, Libby, there's this song that my students learned that my grandma used to sing. I guess your great-grandma. If you can find one thing, you can find anything. Wait. Hooray! Will you sing it with me, Libby?
Sure.
If you can find one thing, you can find anything. Hooray! Do you remember when Grandma used to sing that song?
Yeah.
Yeah, she does. Okay,
Yeah.
so it has to be true. So we found one thing, 1 minute. Now we can find anything. How many water bottles can he fill in 7 minutes? Okay, if we want to move from 1 to 7, Libby, are we going to multiply or divide?
Divide.
We're getting bigger. We're moving from 1 up to 7.
Oh, multiply then.
Multiply by what?
By 1.
1 times what is 7?
1 times 7 is
Oh,
7.
so times 7. What we do to the bottom part, we do to the top part. So we multiply 8 by 7 and we get
56.
56 water bottles. So Nick can fill 56 bottles per 7 minutes. Okay, next slide. How long will it take Nick to fill 60 water bottles? Oh my goodness. So we have, what was it? 8 water bottles per 1 minute. Okay, and we're trying to get up to 60 water bottles. Any thoughts?
Do you do 8 times 60?
Well, 8 times 60 would be 480 water bottles.
So 1 times 60?
That would be in 60 minutes.
So,
What can we multiply 8 by that will get us close to 60?
8?
8 times 8 is 64. That's too much.
Yeah. 7.
Ooh, so if we multiply 8
56.
times 7, oh, that was from the last slide, that would be
Yeah.
56 water bottles.
Yep.
And 1 times 7 is
7.
7 minutes, okay. How many more water bottles do we need if we're trying to get to 60?
4.
So we need to add 4 more water bottles. Can we figure out how long it takes them to do 4 water bottles? If 8 water bottles is in 1 minute, how long would it take him to do 4 water bottles?
50 seconds. Or, 30 seconds.
30 seconds, yeah, half of a minute, 30 seconds. Okay, so if 56 water bottles take 7 minutes and he needs 4 more water bottles, how much? So we would add on 30 more seconds.
Yeah.
How long does it take him in total to get to 60 water bottles?
7 minutes and 30 seconds.
7 minutes and 30 seconds. Excellent. Okay. Last week, Mr. Sustar's fuel tank was completely empty. He paid $63 to fill the tank with 22.5 gallons of gasoline. What is the cost per gallon? Remember, when we're talking about a rate, it tells us what to do. Cost per gallon means take the
Cost
and
divided by the gallon.
the gallons. Okay, so what is the cost?
The cost is $63.
Divided by how many gallons?
22.5.
Okay, let me turn on the calculator.
Okay.
Okay, we can use calculators in this unit. Okay, so she's going to type in now.
Oh, oops. Yep.
63 divided by 22.5. And she's going to press enter.
2.8.
So 2.8 watts.
Cost per gallon.
So when you go to the gas store, you pay 2.8 costs.
No, $2.8.
$2.8. Now, with dollars, we typically use two numbers in the decimal places. So
Yeah.
2.8 is actually $2.80
$2.80.
per, and we use a slash. Remember that slash means per.
Yes.
Per what?
Gallon.
Per 1 gallon. And we don't have to write 1, we can just write gallon. So the gas was $2.80 per gallon. Okay, Wydown Middle School bought 2.75 acres of land to build a new math team practice facility. If Wydown paid $275,000 for the land, what is the cost per acre? How are we going to do that, Libby?
Do $275,000 divided by 2.75.
We do the cost, $275,000. Per means divide. And then the acres is 2.75 acres. And you should always write your units with rates. So she has typed that into the calculator, $275,000 divided by 2.75. Now she sees a bunch of zeros, so she's trying to figure it out.
1 million?
How many zeros do you see?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
5. A million has 6 zeros.
Oh, okay. So it's 10,000.
10,000 has 5 zeros.
This one has 5 zeros.
Oh, sorry, 10,000 has 4 zeros.
Oh,
Here, let's write it. 1, 2, 3. You said 5 zeros, right?
Yep, 5 zeros.
What number is that?
100,000
So it's $100,000 per
acre.
per acre. So cost per acre, $100,000. That is the unit rate. Okay. Oh my goodness. The table shows the cost of some food items that Billy bought from a supermarket. Potatoes are $5 for 5 pounds for $4. Carrots are 5 pounds for $3. Onions are 2 pounds for $2.50. Which type of food costs the most per pound? So for finding the cost per pound, we do the
Amount paid divided by the amount purchased.
Yep, the amount paid divided by the amount purchased. So we're going to have to type it in backwards of what the table has. We take the cost and divide it by the pounds. So to find the potatoes, what are you going to divide, Libby?
$4 divided by 5 pounds.
$4 divided by 5 pounds.
0.8.
What is that in money?
80 cents.
So it's 80 cents per pound, and we can use LB to abbreviate pound. Okay, for carrots, we're going to do what?
$3 divided by 2 pounds.
Oh, double check that.
Or
$3 divided by
5 pounds, yeah.
And I see Libby's typing in a decimal. Divided by 5 pounds.
Oh, yeah. Oops.
She's typing in a decimal because if we just type 3 divided by 5, the calculator is going to say 3/5. So $3 divided by 5 pounds is?
60 cents.
Yeah, 0.6 or 60 cents per pound. Okay. To find our onions, what are you going to type in?
$2.50 divided by 2 pounds.
Okay.
$1.25
Per.
pound.
So what is the most per pound? Which of these items is the most expensive if we were to buy 1 pound?
Onions.
Onions. They cost $1.25 per pound. Okay, I think that's the end of this. Libby, thank you for joining us today.
You're welcome.
If you have any questions, you can email Libby at libbyisawesome.com. Bye-bye. Say bye, Libby.
Bye.